So we were talking about you being like just a drop in the bucket.
Yes.
So, just some quick numbers.
Okay.
The U.S. is the third most populous country in the world. There's 340 million people living in the U.S.
Okay.
The next most populous country is 1.5 billion.
What?
With China. And like a little bit higher, 1.5 billion in China. Or India, I'm sorry.
India and China have the same amount of people?
Yes. And that amount of people is 5 times as much as the U.S.
How many people live in Roseville?
Of May 2024, the population in Roseville is projected at 162,000 people.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's take, what's arguably a small town of Lincoln.
Okay.
50,000. 50,000 people live in Lincoln.
That's literally nothing.
So you could get 50,000 followers, and what that could compare to is only people in Lincoln are following you, and there's the entire U.S.
That's insane.
There's not only all of California, there's the entire fucking United States.
And then the entire world.
And the entire world. Where 2 separate countries have 5 times as many people as we do.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. There are too many people on this planet.
Agreed.
As we just popped out 2 more.
But we stopped.
Have we?
And you just added period. We didn't.
We stopped adjacent. We paused. Because who knows? Yeah, so then it's like it equally feels like such a relief to be so insignificant. Of like, oh, truly, like, I feel like everyone's watching me, and even in my own head of like that many people that live in Roseville, I'm still only thinking of like a couple thousand people.
Mm-hmm.
Quantifiably. But then I'm like, oh, there's so many other people that I'm not even on their radar even close. But then I'm not on their radar and they don't even care enough to think about me as on their radar. But then it's like, oh, like in a sad way, like, oh, nothing I do will ever matter.
Yeah.
But like it does, because I'm impacting the people that are in my life, and that's all I want to do online is like impact our friends in the same way that, obviously not physically, but like in the World Wide Web equivalent, impact them enough to have them feel like they're my friend.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because it's like, I don't want to be anyone's friend here. Like physically. Because like online, it's like 0 commitment. You just like pop on, say hi, whatever. Leave. It's not like a physical commitment.
It is with you, isn't it?
Sometimes. And this is where it's like coming full circle, is like the internet's not fucking real.
Yeah. It's a bunch of people's computers
Talking to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I really didn't have that distinctive a boundary between the two of them until just now.
Yeah. The internet's not real.
Bro.
Oh.
Dude.
Dude.
That's insane. Dude.
Because eventually, the person you see at the grocery store, inevitably, you're both going to be in line at the cashier together, and you're going to have to talk to them. So it's like, and then
Whoa.
you talk to them and you feel exhausted because you were trying to hide from them, and that took a bunch of energy, and then you got forced into talking to them because they out right behind you in the fucking line, and then you're just like, ugh, I had a fucking mask, I had to put on all this shit.
Whoa.
That's your DMs, that's your comments, that's all of that. It's less because it's easier to avoid.
Whoa.
It's easier to avoid it, but then when you do engage with it, it's chipping away at you just the same. Are you still recording?
Bro.
Because we're fucking spitting truths right now.
This is nuts, dude.
Are you still recording?
That's
Okay.
Such a good fucking analogy, dude.
Thank you. Like, it's easier to avoid it, so it's easier to feel like it's not taking a part of you and chipping away at your energy and like your ability. But then when you do eventually engage in it, it takes it.
Damn, player. Spitting facts. Because I think that's why I hurt my feelings with, like, why can't I, like, does it feel like I have to mask in order to, like, make content or, like, be online? And it's because I am masking.
Yeah. Well, because you're trying.
But since I'm alone, it feels like I'm not. So then I get down on myself because it's like, you can't even be on the internet. Like, but because I haven't realized that I'm still masking.
Yeah.
Even though I'm home alone by myself.
Yeah,
because
you're
yeah.
masking to appeal to a greater audience.
Oh my god.
Because even if you're trying to appeal to the AUDHD?
Oh, ADHD.
Yeah. Even if you're trying to appeal to that audience, not everyone's going to vibe with yours.
I guess, like, the algorithm has made me feel like everything I'm being sent is for me. So it makes me feel like it almost, like, gives me, like, false sense of, like, propping up. Like, everybody feels like this.
It makes it feel specific, even though it's not.
Right. So then it's like
That's the whole point of the algorithm.
Yeah, and, like, I love them, but, like, that ADHD with the blue hair.
Oh, that couple, yeah.
I watch that and I'm like, oh my god, it's like they can see inside my brain. But then since it's all of that is what my algorithm is, I start to feel like, oh, so many people experience this. But so many people is still only, like,
12 accounts. No, but I mean,
but is not even 1 million people.
Yeah, and I say 12 accounts, meaning like 12 accounts is what they're serving you up.
Yes.
12 different creators doing a similar thing.
Yes.
No, because I get their stuff a lot too, and even they've genericized and diversified because she has ADHD.
Yeah,
he's neurotypical and recovering from alcoholism.
Oh, so there's so many crossovers.
The son now that they've introduced has autism.
Uh-huh.
And does streaming.
Uh-huh.
So now they're ticking all those boxes. And she does music.
Right.
So they're getting music, they're getting ADHD, they're getting neurotypical, they're getting recovery, they're getting autism, and they're getting gaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's like six different key
Demographics.
niches or demographics that they're keying into with their one video.
That's crazy.
And that's like specifically by design, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Not by design, that means their life is fake. Like, I'm sure they all actually have.
It's curated.
Curated is the better word.
And not in like the.
It's not fake.
2016 version of curated.
It's not fake. They're just creating the best framing that they can for them.
Yeah.
And for their goals.
Yeah, because it's proven that how they edit and what they do works.
Yes.
And it's relatable for people. So they do it like that.
Yeah, because there was a big boom of everyone self-diagnosing themselves.
Right.
And then they got super popular because he was like, this is me, a neurotypical, now that we all know that word because everyone diagnosed themselves as like atypical.
Right.
And propped up the word neurotypical. This is how I deal with a neurotypical. And then he got super big.
Neurodiverse.
Yeah. Like, this is a neurotypical dealing with a neurodivergent person.
Okay.
So it's like, there was that whole boom, and they could capitalize on her. Which they did for a really long time.
Right.
And then that started to get stale, and they capitalized on him. This is me, a neurotypical, dealing with or adjusting to a neurodivergent person. And they did a big series about that. Like video after video after video. Because that was the big boom. And then they introduce, like everyone's like, I have autism now. And they introduce their son. He has autism. Like, they're following trends. I don't doubt it's not their real life, but they're curating in a way that's smart, and they're monetizing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess.
And then, sorry to cut you off. That's what more of I mean is like you have to devote your fucking life to it. It's like you're tracking the trends, you're following it, you're like, this is what's happening now, this is what I've analyzed, like, I need to track my videos to this data. Like, you're the star right now, okay, now, everyone's agreed they all have ADHD, now you need to be the neurotypical who, all the boyfriends are going to relate to this, or all the significant others are going to relate to this, who are...
You're a brand.
Interacting with all the people who have now self-diagnosed themselves with ADHD or autism.
Yeah.
And
you're a brand.
You're going to get a bunch of... Yeah, you're a brand. You're going to get a bunch of views now. Okay, now we are further compounded down that rabbit hole. And now you... And the son's non-binary. So it's like there's... just so many pieces to the puzzle that they've, I think, very smartly rolled this out. And that's just one account that's an example.
Yeah.
That they very smartly rolled this out to be obviously hugely successful.
Yeah, it's like more so like strategic.
But this is their entire fucking life.
Yeah. I don't say strategic. It feels crazy because it's like, it's in my head, it's like, I feel like, do these accounts know that they're fooling us or that they're not fooling us? But then it's like, because in my head, I'm like, I need to be doing my content like them because that's what's popular and that's what gets views, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, but that's what works for them.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to use someone else's definition of what works for them to work for me, and it doesn't work for me.
When you analyze it on a business level, it always sounds negative, and it doesn't need to be.
Right.
It's working for them, and like I said, it's probably 100% their life. I don't doubt their sincerity in any of it.
Right, but they're just like, they'll have an experience, and then they're also very good at writing a skit about it and like making it.
Being very business savvy about it.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing. Good for fucking them, and it's like basically seemingly relaunched her music career.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome. So it's like they're being very savvy business people, but that's fucking business. This is not people doing it on their spare time while watching their kids. This is a full-time fucking job. And probably all three of them.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't one person spending 40 hours doing it a week. This is 3 people spending probably 40 hours each curating content to create, because
that's so stressful.
The husband's probably writing his stuff, or maybe the husband and wife are a team and they kind of co-write.
Oh my God.
And then the son's writing his stuff, and then he's streaming on the side.
Right.
And then they come
Go,
together
Nina.
and probably have like a fucking writer's room and all talk about stuff. Then they have to plan their fucking videos out.
Here, baby.
This is what we're going to film across the week. This is our filming day. This is our editing day. This is our release day. Like, it's a production. Like, this isn't just fucking some single mom fucking doing shit.
Dude, I literally, it's like my brain knew that, but my brain didn't know that.
Well, like I said, it's like the gas thing. It's like, you know it, and then you say it out loud, and you look in the numbers, and you're like fucking floored, and you're like, what? Like, are you serious?
Because it's like, I can tell that what they do is a big production.
Sure.
But the people who I can't tell, it's because they're so good at it.
Well, so the people that,
and I'm just not good at it.
Well, no, but the people that you can't tell, it's because they have the support system. It's because they have, like, they have made this their thing. So, what are your things?
Crafts.
Crafts. Okay, crafts, gone. You don't do those anymore.
Oh.
Emma, Wheezy, gone.
Oh.
They're not your friends anymore.
Where's this going?
Like, going to see Corey, going to do hanging out with people? No, you don't do that anymore. Photography, super gone. You don't ever take pictures that are not for your content. This is what you do. You sit here, and outside of, if you're one of the mom ones, outside of parenting the kids in the downtime you have, you do the same thing the full production people do. You plan, you write, you shoot, and you edit. Kids go to bed at fucking 8. You got 2 hours if you want fucking those lights. If you wanted other lights, someone's got to watch Nelly. So you can shoot a video. Like, you don't do any of that stuff anymore because this is what you do. Like, I can almost guarantee you, even that, like, there's like a couple funny ones that we both share back and forth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what they do. They're in a position where they're a single income household. That's great. But they don't do the other stuff that you do. Like, you go see your friends, and you go interact with other people, and you go do photography, and you go do all this shit. They do this. It's probably super isolating.
Okay, but the girl that I sent you on my birthday.
Yes.
Is she just really good at it? Or is she a production?
Probably both. She, from what the brief thing I saw, and she's maybe married, probably not. Doesn't have kids. Like, she has all the time in the fucking world.
Yeah, she's like literally 26, I think.
No, so when it comes to like the mom stuff that you compare yourself to a lot, like it comes to time. The chick you sent me on your birthday, she's all the time in the fucking world.
Yeah. Because this is her job.
Maybe she lives at home.
She doesn't.
Okay. How does she afford to live?
This.
How did she afford to live when she started?
She's going to college.
Okay, so, you know, not to, you know, pass any judgment, but her parents probably paid for that. So she had time where she had probably no expenses to build this.
Yeah.
And then when she got to a point where she had expenses, she was already able to pay for it. And then it built and built and built. And now she's paying for a house. And now she's paying for this. And now she's paying for that. So it's like,
bro,
there's those people. And then there's the people who are single moms and doing this or blah, blah, blah. Or like stay-at-home moms. But my point is, like, this is what they do. They don't sit here and play Dreamlight Valley. They don't have time. While you're playing Dreamlight Valley, they're writing. They're coming up with the skit. And have you ever filmed a skit on the first try? No. So they film it 14 times. And then they finally get the one they want. And their kid wakes up. And then they gotta put the kid down. And then they get back. And now it's midnight. And they gotta go to bed. And then they gotta edit it the next day. And then since they had to edit the next day, it bleeds over into what was their shooting day for their next one. And so that bumps. And it's just like, there's no way that these people who are doing it as like stay-at-home moms or single moms have any other fucking life. So it's like you're comparing yourself to them, but giving, like, you're not giving the same time that they are. And that's not a bad thing. That's a very good thing that you're not.
But agree. But my issue is that internally, I am holding myself to those standards. And I'm screaming at myself every second of every day for not upholding myself to those standards.
And that's what I've tried to figure out for a long time. And like why you feel like you need to. Because
people won't take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously. So you have to start doing it the correct way. Otherwise, what's the point?
No, but you do take yourself seriously. But you're diversified.
I don't know what that means.
You take yourself very seriously in your photography, and you do that. You take yourself very seriously as a friend for like Emma and Weezy, and you do that. And you take yourself very seriously crafting, and you do that. And you craft amazing things for our children and for our house. Like, you take yourself super seriously, even if it's a seemingly frivolous thing. You take yourself super seriously, but you're not doing the one fucking thing that these famous Instagram people are doing. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is like, they do one thing. You do 12 things. All the time.
I have too many things going on. I'm just too booked and busy.
Yeah. And you take yourself seriously and you dive into them and you're great at them and it's awesome. And it's great because you've gotten Emma back into crafting stuff. You got fucking Scotty crafting felt. Who you could have told me when we met Scott, I'm gonna get you crafting in felt, and I would have taken that bet that like stab me in the fucking eye before he does that. And this dude's making a fucking mud crown out of felt.
Okay,
You did that.
Are friends just fans?
Yes. Bro. What? Is this a revelation? Is this a revelation to you?
Yes.
Friends are fans.
I truly thought that. Oh my
God. You
God.
need to clip this and send it to Wheeze. Timestamp.
32 minutes.
Send this to Wheezy. Because, especially for how much she talks about, like, looking up to Scott. And, like, we all talked about looking up to Scott. Like, friends are fans.
No,
They're fans of... Okay, go ahead, sorry.
I understand that, but I only thought of it in terms of me to other people. Like, people cannot be a fan of me
No.
I can only be a fan of other people.
Scott saw you create cool shit out of felt. And he saw Wheezy create cool shit out of felt. And you guys even got Emma to create cool shit out of felt. And he's like, I have this thing I want to create. Should I do it out of felt? You guys are doing awesome shit. That sounds awesome.
I am an influencer in real life.
Yes. You are influencing our friends. The whole camera situation. You might think you like crowbarred Scott into getting this camera. He has been wanting to get a new camera for fucking, he told me like 4 years ago that he wanted a new camera. Like, he has been wanting an excuse to upgrade his camera, and he just doesn't take enough pictures to justify the cost. You do. And you've influenced him with how, like, your love and passion for taking pictures. And then you've even showed him that love and passion by taking pictures of his family.
Oh my god.
And sending them to him. Because did you see the second he got his greasy fucking paws on that camera?
His little piss
all
fingers.
he fucking did was take pictures of his fucking family. You showed him that was possible with a new camera. Like, you...
I did.
He's very much the... Was that a tear I just saw?
Yeah.
He's very much the person, like, you have to set it in his fucking lap. And you did. You said, you should have awesome pictures of your family. I would love to take pictures of your family. And he never fucking bit on the bait. And so one day you just went blah, 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 blah. Took a bunch of pictures of his family, showed them to him, and he's like, these are fucking amazing. And he loved them. And so
He
then
did, huh?
he did. And then, next thing you know, he's down to buy a fucking camera with us. And then, the second he gets his paws on that camera, P-Paws fucking taking pictures. And he takes literally like 600 pictures of his fucking
He
family.
took literally 600 pictures.
So it's like, you were influencing people in real life. You just aren't acknowledging the fact that you're the influence.
Wow.
It's the opposite of like, it's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. It's, you're the influencer, it's you.
That was so bad.
Whatever. You're into more shit than anyone I know. And that's a good thing. Because you introduce people to more shit than anyone I know.
Am I cool?
Yes.
That's funny.
It's on you the whole time?
Yeah.
Do that again?
Am I actually cool?
Yes. You get people into things. You got the whole fucking crew invested in making that purse for Murphy. You, like, fucking Scott was Mod Podging the fucking puzzle yesterday.
And he literally yelled at me to do it.
Yeah, like, but if that was someone he didn't care about, he would just throw the puzzle away. He would have burned it on New Year's. He burned his kid's literal Christmas tree, and he didn't burn your puzzle. It's been in his house for 3 months. Tell me that's not love. Granted, they take up a very different amount of space, but...
Okay, but like, I really thought it's because I was like really good at begging people to be my friend.
You think it's begging, but when they accept, you think they're just acquiescing and being like, fine.
Yeah.
No, it's them accepting and being like, okay, that sounds good. Like, Scott had a great fucking time listening to Rick Glassman last night.
He did.
How is that not influencing him?
It just feels like a fluke.
No, it's not, because there's the camera, there's the felt. Like, it's a proven history. It's not a fluke. And he's the tough customer.
Yeah, wow.
And now you're on your hat trick.
Humble brag. Okay. I want to stop crying.
Do you?
Yes,
You love crying.
I do love crying. What are you doing right now?
I'm trying to find something because it'll be funny.
Okay. What were we doing?
Funny, we were watching a movie we rented that we will
2 hours
not
ago.
that we will definitely have to pay for and not finish.
It was only $3-4.